Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. It's so great to have people here. Mothman, first on Twitch. Afro Warrior, first on YouTube. We'll split it that way. Huge congratulations to both of you. Welcome in. It's so great to have you here. It's gonna be a quick stream today. I'm just gonna be kind of digging around doing some coding. It's great to have you here. I hope you're having a great time and having good progress on your projects. Hope your personal lives are doing well. Afro Warrior has been sending me all sorts of crazy updates on what he's been up to, and man, guy is cooking. I'm really excited for everyone to see what he's been up to. I'm excited to be here. Let's go ahead and dive in. Feel free to let us know how things are going for everyone, and we'll just cake in, I think, is what the kids say nowadays, right? So let's go ahead and give the game a quick run, see where we're at. It's been 3 weeks since we dealt with this, so it has been a little bit of time. In that time, I have been a part of the YouTube Playables beta. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say. But it's really interesting. It's using, hey, Endo, good to see you, friend. Welcome in. It's their tool for kind of using AI to build video games. So anyone could go in, enter in a prompt, and then kind of refine it over time, and the game will take shape. And I actually built Rescue in there, and I got it pretty dang far. It was disconcerting. It couldn't like take the graphics that I gave it, but it was like the gameplay was there. It was crazy. The only problem was, as I tried to like refine it and polish it and make it better, everything started falling apart and everything broke, and it just constantly degraded. It was awful. So there's a lot of work left to be done on that front, but within the next 5-ish years, there's gonna be a lot of progress made in that direction. It's gonna be a wild ride. And as it stands right now with that Playables thing, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a terror for game jams. Like, for people that are saying no AI content in their game jams, it's gonna be a nightmare. Anyways, really interesting stuff. Regardless of where you stand on AI, I'm of the position that the cat's out of the bag. I don't think we're ever going back, and it's just a matter of like how do we handle this in the best way possible right now. But I know for a lot of other people, it's a different story. So, found your Witcher streams. Wow. Shaved Fox gives Uncanny Valley vibes. Boy, we played through the entire Witcher series, 100%ing each game. And gosh, that would have been close to a decade ago. That would have been a long time ago. That's when this channel was called Stream Quest, and I was just like, I don't know, I'll try streaming. Oh man, wild ride. Bear like lion, so good to see you. Welcome in, friend. How you doing? I think that's going to be how AI will go. It's going to be unoptimized as all heck. Oh yeah, and not even just like unoptimized, but like, and you see this with visual AI too, right? Where I don't know if anyone has seen like the person that fed the same prompt into an AI image generator of like, make this picture look like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and they just refreshed it over and over and over and over and over like 1,000 times, and it progressively went from like a pretty good facsimile of Mr. Rock. Ooh, shoot, the top hat. I'll sub you out the fedora because I think the top hat is in a costume box. I need to get rid of that option. Prodigal Son, so good to see you. Yeah, it got worse and worse and worse until it was like this bizarre clown multi-dimensional monster sort of thing. Mothman, well done on your 7 stream streak. My goodness, ay caramba. And like the same thing I'm seeing is happening with like programming logic. Um, even when it has decent access to things, like just the more times you do something in the same like context window, the worse it gets. And you see that advice a lot online, right? Of people saying, "Oh, well, just if it doesn't work within like 3 tries, close it, start a new window," right? It's a wild thing. Doing real well, but super busy. I'm glad to hear that, Bear Like Lion. I hope that means that you're having some progress on the job search or more progress on making development more of a son of a biscuit. Another top hat. All right, this is my closest facsimile. Here we go. There you go, prodigal. uh, yeah. So I hope that means that you're making progress either in the job search or in the being sustainable off of your funds, off of your projects. Projects is almost feels demeaning. Like if people don't know, Bear Like Lion has like a really successful game up on Steam. Oh man, I always forget the name. It's like a Counter Strike surfer game. Do I have it like in my library? Shoot. Throw the link in chat, Bear Like Lion. It's got like what, dozens of thousands of concurrent players. Like it's like a big deal. I think that's gonna be how AI will go. It's gonna yeah. I was going back to rewatch the Undertale streams. Oh, that was such a great time. I'm not worried about AI. I think it will be just a ton of bad, but the good games will still rise to the top. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to exponentially increase the amount of just garbage that's out there. And I think, in my opinion, it's going to allow the truly great stuff to float to the top even higher. As you know, Gary Vee said this once, and I really agree with it, that technology tends to squeeze the middle out of things. So with AI advancements and everything, we're going to get to the point where we're going to get a whole lot of bad and a whole lot of incredible and not a whole lot in between. Okay. Demand your monies. All right. Take care, Prodigal. Best of luck with the lurk. Afro Warrior will never go back, but AI has a style officially and will never be better than human made. And AI is going to make human work worth more the more the slop saturates the market. Yeah, I've got a friend who is a professional lutherie. And if you don't know what a lutherie is, because I didn't know until I met this individual, there's someone that makes, string instruments like guitars or lutes. So he's in the high-end lutherie business where he builds custom guitars that cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for famous musicians all across the world. And he's not concerned about AI because he is in a space that values hand craftsmanship. And it valued that before AI came along, and AI is just going to make that hand craftsmanship even more valuable. Even if a robot could create a tool or an instrument like that, wow, Prodigal, nice. Even if a robot could create an instrument as good as he makes, there's value on that really high end of having a craftsman build it, right? So that's I think we're gonna be shifting a lot into that sort of a space. That looks more top hattish. It's true. In this, in the camera and in the lighting and stuff, it does appear a lot more top hattish. It definitely is not more top hat-ish. You can kind of catch a little bit of the light reflecting off it. But, it works a little bit. Job searches sucked. I went through 5 interviews with the company, turned me down the day before Christmas Eve. I'm so sorry. That's just awful. Game's going great. It was just 1 year since my first Git commit, and I did a YouTube retro on it. Oh, that's awesome. You need to share that to me. I would love to see that. Surf's Up. Thank you. Goodness gracious. That's the one that I should have been looking at. There you go. Surf's Up. Go check that out. 583 very positive reviews. It's crazy. Absolutely bonkers. Huge congrats. Hopefully that can pick things up for you a little bit and tide it over a little. 120K people claimed the game. 60 plus. No. Wait, when you say 60 plus, you mean 60K plus, right? Not like 60 individuals have launched it. Hey, Incredible. Good to see you, friend. Welcome in. So good to see ya. Cool. Yeah, and we're still waiting on additions to Survivalscape, and we're still waiting on your itch version that you put up, the idle version game. Idle Survivors, something like that. That was fun. I want the other classes. I want more content. Gimme. Great example. The best way to beat AI is work on your fundamentals. AI sucks at that, says Afro Warrior. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I don't know. I think that's true to a certain extent. Like, AI was terrible at hands a year ago, and now it's usually pretty good about hands. And like that's a very fundamental thing for artists and anatomy and everything, right? Now, in my opinion, what we're going to start seeing I and kind of to agree with you, Afro Warrior, is like the fundamentals of the fundamentals. Is like, what is the logic of the world we're in, right? Like, are they in a daycare center and there's a big decorative banner hung up that says daycare center? That's the sort of mistake that AI is making nowadays. Patterns shifting and morphing into it themselves over time, right? These sort of fundamental, like, something isn't quite right. We're living in a simulation type sort of stuff. I think that's where we're going to see a lot more progress there in terms of kind of differentiating ourselves of like, look, this is a thing that actually makes some amount of sense in the real world. Survival Idol is my next project. Okay, I just did a huge design doc on it. I'd love your feedback on it. If you're interested, send it over, man. I'd love to take a look and, of course, feel free to throw out any feedback I give, but I'd love to support in any way that I can. I'll never say a word. You mean Joe, right? I am not that special. Fox, how do I know that you are not AI? I mean, yeah, that's a crazy thing. Like, genuinely, I'm seeing... So my job is at a company called Front Row right now. Front Row is a platform to help creators kind of build their own apps and get them off of services like Twitch and YouTube. I mean, not to get them off, but to be able to centralize their audience. So if I had 250,000 followers on YouTube, well, YouTube might decide through one of its 18 algorithms that only 10% of my audience should see the video that I just posted. And I'm like, hey, that sucks. I want it to be shown to all of my audience. Bring them to your app, and that's when you have full control over everything. There's no algorithm deciding for you. You have control over your data, all that sort of stuff. So when I say that, I am getting a lot of like big connections to people in the YouTube space and in the content creation space. I'm rubbing shoulders with people that are incredibly successful, way better than I am at content creation. And they have the millions and millions of subscribers to show for it. And one tool that I've been seeing getting passed around is not by people that I'm associating with, but because I am with them, like I get put into different buckets of like web traffic, right? For ads and everything. And what stories get surfaced to me. So one thing that I've been seeing is a tool that is meant for streamers, which is an AI tool that will live take your camera feed and then put an AI-generated video on top of that, tracking your video. That exists. This could be AI that I have trained on stream data. Could be. Afro Warrior says it goes beyond that. Shapes, portions, anatomy, line weight, logic, emerging lines, overlapping items. Sure, yeah. But like that, lighting, shading it's bad at. No matter how good it gets, it's still bad at that. Yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes over the next little while. I think we've seen so many innovations in capability. I think there needs to be quite a few innovations in capability moving forward. But once we get to a point where we're like, okay, cool, AI is viable for use by an average creative and not just something to help you write an email, then I think we're going to start seeing innovation shift for a little while into making it more efficient. That is the huge rallying cries that's destroying Earth, and like, yeah, it's very resource intensive. It obviously can't stay that way. It needs to. We need to improve the efficiency of the tool, which is going to happen. Like it's the way it always happens, right? We identify a problem and we fix it. It's the way humanity works. This confirms that Fox is just an avatar. It's true, but an avatar of what? And from which country does the cheese that the avatar is of come from? So, important questions. I re-ask my question. For all you know, I am actually just cheese. And I've been cheese the whole time. AI was around 2 years ago. It wasn't like very good. It was like Will Smith eating spaghetti type AI, but it was there. Turned down for what? Confirms Fox is just cheese. I cannot deny nor confirm those allegations. Although I will die on the hill that the Havarti's a party. Okay, so we've got a problem where our dude is just like not jumping. Like that's nothing. Yeah, Prodigal, you got to get to work. I want to see your next project. Get moving. So we have this weird thing where like we're not having any sort of momentum. The stinky cheese man. Oh man, that was the book in elementary school. That was like everyone fought over getting to read The Stinky Cheese Man. Oh gosh. Okay. And then like the rich kids got to, and like the cool kids got to read Captain Underpants Adventures. Yeah. We have a problem where our character is just not getting their X velocity is just almost nothing. So what I'm curious about is if I add an extra 0 here, we go zooming off. Okay, great. So let's change this to 5. Super duper far. Okay, down to 2. See, it's like it starts off okay, but then it seems to like hit this weird wall. I think we might need to like add a debug or something. This is really weird. Decelerate when no input is pressed. Wait, on X? No. No. That's not supposed to be happening. What if we just do that? All right. This. Okay. Play crisscross jump jump. See if that works. Play crisscross jump jump. I'm assuming that's a music reference that I don't know because I'm too white to care about music. All right. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Why is this in here? Crap. Okay, great. That may just be an artifact of weird AI. Take that back to 2. Yeah, I am unfortunately so white that I don't really listen to music. Like I'd so much rather listen to a book than music. And I can enjoy music and I can really get moved by music and I can really love music, but I feel a little bit like an alien when I see everyone else talking about how exciting like going to the big concert was. I was like, that's so many people and really messy and loud. And I can't get into that headspace or the headspace of like, oh, I discovered this cool new indie artist and you have to hear it. It's going to change your world. And it's like, yeah, that's a nice song. I'm going to go back to the other things that I enjoy more. I don't know. I feel like an alien. I feel like a crazy person. As I need to enlarge this a bit so it's actually visible for everyone. It's a safe for work song. Okay, all right. I forget, is the character moving through the stage or is the stage moving around the character for this game? So it's an endless runner. You can kind of think of it. So the stage is constantly shifting left, or rather everything on the stage is constantly shifting left. And the player is trying to like overcome that. So I'm a little confused as to why we would be getting this event happening here where like here this makes sense where if we let go our velocity goes to 0. Moves from toward to by the delta amount. Oh, because it just instantly all right, maybe if we just change this from like speed to like 10. All right, let's maybe call this like drag, and we'll declare a new constant like const drag equals 10, and then we can knock down our, let's take it down to 500 actually. Okay, that's feeling way better. Feeling way better. I think it's not the final version because I think I saw it like start to kind of fall backwards in midair, and we don't want that feeling. We always want it to feel like you're moving forward, but like it's getting in a better spot. I want no more music making friends. They always have new songs for me to listen to, and there's nothing I can do because I did the same back when I was DJing. Yeah, man, you buy your friends merch. That's what you do. That's the contract you enter into. Absolutely. Let's crank it back up to 1,000. Okay. Too heavy, but like getting close. Let's do 750. And I like the floatiness. We learned this in the game. Whoop, that's 700. It's way too big. Okay. We learned this in the Game Maker version that the game feels way better when the jumps are kind of floaty. So I do think we're still like going all the way across the screen should probably be, you know, not 2 jumps worth. Like this is about right. We might want to shrink the character down a lot actually. Like if we this is a bad way to do this. For anyone who's watching, I know this is a dumb thing to do. I just want to try something real quick. We're going to take this guy down to half his size. Yeah, that's feeling way better to me. And I know that's not the right way to do that, but it feels kind of important. Like that's the right feel that I'm looking for where there's going to be plenty of verticality to play with, and like you make it about 25% of the way through a screen when you get there. So that's feeling way better. We do need a lot more height. How are we calculating our height here? Jump velocity. Let's take that to -600. said game maker. Yeah, I know. Doesn't that take you back? Okay. Yeah, and see, we're really pulling back. Which really we don't want this to happen. Just directly, we don't want it to happen. What we want to have happen is like if you're on the ground, like if is on floor, you know what? Let's just do this. If is on floor, speed or velocity dot x or just velocity equals 0, 0. Like you do not move. Oh, do I need to do like vec2? Vector 2? Okay, great. Look how far I've come. You can get rid of that, and then get rid of that if, and then that should theoretically. Yeah, we're not doing our velocity.x anymore. Same thing. Okay. You said game maker megado cancel you. I think Foolbox is gonna come after me soon. So why is our velocity x not shifting anymore? After the move and slide, let's do a print of velocity dot x. Let's just see what's happening here. Okay, so a whole lot of nothing. And then what happens if we do it right before? Still nothing. Oh, okay. Well, first off, we're never gonna use direction, so we could just do that. Velocity.x equals speed. Okay, I'm seeing how this is like super broken. Hey, Gamion, good to see you, friend. How you doing? We can't have velocity.x always equal to speed, right? That's madness. Oh, the speed. Okay, so the speed is going left. That's like if we change speed to 0, our character shouldn't slide to the left anymore. Suck. All right, fine. Okay. Now it's weird that we're at 0 jump or 0 x velocity. Those of you that don't know, Joe started on Game Maker, but their relationship was rocky after they made a baby. Joe went to the store to get milk and never returned, and met Godot, and now he's trying to recreate that baby. Yeah, we spent a good like month and a half building a prototype version of Rescue. It was playable. People got their hands on it, and it was terrible because Game Maker has like no built-in controls or physics. Like you hand code everything, and it was the worst. 8 hours AAA game dev and 3 hours indie game dev. My dev meter is pegged tonight. Oh, jeez, dude. Oh, you've got more stamina than I do. Is it your own project, or are you working like with a team and you're collaborating for someone else? Also, how did your launch go? Didn't you have like a big did you have a big launch recently that you were like crunching for? I swear you had something that was like had a big deadline you needed to hit recently. Okay. So this is where we have velocity x plus equals jump boost horizontal. So what we need to do here is just get rid of this velocity x equals speed nonsense. We may need to change. Okay. Yeah. This is this is working just fine now. All right, great. We need to crank down our horizontal velocity like crazy. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, cool. I mean, it's not feeling perfect, but like I don't feel like I can really modify it very much until we get the platforms working and I can get a little bit more than just one set of jumps in. AAA is with a team, I would imagine. My indie project is just me and my artist until next month. Then it's just me going forward. Oh man, good for you. I'll watch the playtest. Oh, that's right. I joined the playtest. It's in my stream games section of Steam. Do I still have it installed? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, I remember it because it was like Blood Bowl meets Lethal League, and I freaking love that idea. Field of Heroes. Was it that one? Is that the right one? Yes, Gameon Incorporated. Yes. Yeah. This is it. You should open a game dev lounge. Gameon, is there? So I didn't try it out because I didn't know like if I could just tinker around in it myself, and I was nervous about like trying to get started on it without, if I was just gonna jump into like an empty lobby and sit around for a little bit. Are there like bots or something that I could play around with? For those who are unaware, this is a Field of Heroes, and I love the idea. I really truly do. Field of Heroes. Blood Bowl meets Lethal League. I maintain that that opening shot needs to be addressed, but I love that zoom on the dudes jumping in and swinging. That was a fantastic shot. There is AI backfill. Next big playtest is a week from tomorrow, but players are welcome anytime. Okay. Gameon. If I booted up the playtest right now, would that be helpful for you? I mean, I'm sure you've gotten a lot of feedback, but I've been really excited about trying this out. And I think it would be super fun. But if you're like, we got feedback, we're just working through iterations, wait till the next one, I totally get it. Feel free to play whenever you like and invite anyone else. Okay. It's updating. When it's done updating, we're going to swap over to Field of Heroes. Because the whole point of this was it was going to be a pretty short stream. Pretty short stream, and that would be a great way to round it out. After working on this jump logic and waxing lyrical about AI and prognosticating about things that nobody cares about, my opinion on. Okay, so that's working. We need to get the platforms working. That's right. We have this really weird thing. Okay, randomly enable. This needs to be like in the world, in the level settings, not in. Oh no, it's gonna be. That's right. It's enabling one of these configurations. Okay. If is instance valid, platform.visible equals false. The node and its children. Why are we turning it? Well, so disable if is instance valid. Wait, shouldn't it be what? Returns true if instance is a valid object. Wait. For platform and platform variants. Okay. So it goes through and it turns all of them off to start off with. Okay. Haven't watched a stream since last year. Golden Fellas. Good to see you. Welcome in, friend. How are you doing? What have you been up to? Hope that you've had a fulfilling year over the past 2025, and that you've got all sorts of exciting projects to work on in 2026. If platform variance dot is empty, platform scene has no child platforms to select from, choose a random index. Great. Get the randomly selected platform node, because we're just getting a random integer of the platform variance dot size. Platform variance is defined up here, which is just getting all the children. Okay, great. Here we are. Chosen platform equals platform variance at that index. And then if it's valid, changes visibility to true and enable collisions. Okay. We could go, yeah, man. All right, I want to get child disabled equals false. For child and platform. Okay. Gosh, I think we need to take a look at our remote tab here and try and see what's going on. I'm going to move the game preview here. We're going to go through our level, platforms. So we do have a lot of platforms. And it does look like they're being marked as visible or not. I mean, it looks like only one is visible at a time. Or rather, there's maybe only one platform. But this is what it should be looking like. And it doesn't seem to be. It should be right there. That platform should be alive. I don't understand a single strand of coding. I don't know why I'm watching. Golden Fella, you know what? I'm right there with you. I am not a coder by trade. I started off as a user experience designer. Now I'm doing honestly, sales and marketing. It's weird. But I really like video games, and I feel like I have games inside of me that I want to make, that I want to create into a reality. And right now, the way you do that is through coding. And so I'm trying to learn how to do this. You can see all this incredible art. This is all made by my wife, who is a professional illustrator. She made these super cool enemies that are going to be coming in and diving in. Look at this guy. Oh, isn't he so spooky and cool? I love that dude. There we go. He's so spooky and cool. This is one of the gods that you'll be dealing with, kind of Hades style. And no one's gonna make this game. No one's gonna make a game about a dog trying to bring his owner back to life by winning a magical fairy race that happens, once every 100 years. No one's gonna do that. So I gotta do it, which is why I'm doing it. Now, luckily, AI can help with the coding. It can also make things a whole lot worse right now. So, we're muddling our way through it. You couldn't tell me 30 years ago that I'm going to play a movie-style Final Fantasy VII that's going to render the 97 version non-canon. Time flies. Absolutely. Gosh, I remember when Advent Children came out and how just mind-blowing that was. Oh my gosh. And here we are, Final Fantasy VII. It's essentially Advent Children quality, if not even better. Absolutely wild. Okay, so let's go to our level, right? Even here, this platform is not hanging on. I don't know. What if we just do something kind of janky and we start with platform 1 enabled? Still nothing, huh? How do I open you up? Okay. And you're still not there. Where are you? What is happening? Is it a layer problem? Look at that. Oh, that's right. I think I remember something about this, that nodes can like break visibility. Just blank nodes can break things. So if we change this to a 2D node, change it to a 2D, bing, there we go. Bing! There I am, Ned the Head. Bing! Awesome. And we got a set, we're getting them spawning in. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, so it's just taking too long to spawn in right now. We can fix that. Time until spawn. Let's go ahead and drop that down to 1. What kind of program am I using? I'm using a program called Godot. It is free. It is open source. Everything that you make on it is wholly yours. I've used Game Maker in the past when I first started, and it worked. It taught me a lot about game dev and a lot of beginning concepts, but I'm not a very good programmer. And in Game Maker, you kind of have to build everything by hand, and that was just not going to work for me. So moving to Godot, I found, hey, they have like controllers built in and physics built in, and it's been great. I'm not a very good programmer yet. I appreciate your confidence, Gamion. I don't think I'm ever going to be a very great programmer. It's just I don't have the time or the desire to build that skill set to be something amazing. There are other things I would rather get better at, and that's why I'm not that good at programming, right? If I had my druthers, I would, and unlimited money, I would be paying someone to write this game for me. I would be running the business side of it. I would be doing the design documentation. I'd be trying to do art for fun. You know, I don't really do coding for fun very much. So it is what it is. Have I used Maya or stuff like that? I've used Maya in the past, not recently, to be frank. And I look slightly younger than I actually am. I used Maya like 2 decades ago. At least I think it was Maya. Like that's how long ago it was. I've definitely used other things like Blender. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I used Maya like as a part of a partnership program with the local university, like when I was a teen. So been a while. I understand things have gotten way better since I tried it. And 3D modeling is one of those things that it's another thing I really want to try. Like I try to do 2D art like my wife does, but I feel like there's something about like a sculpture, like a physical form in 3 dimensions that just works for my brain better. And I've always wanted to really give it a good shot. Bought the full special edition set in Kingdom Hearts 2, and yes, ever since then we wanted Final Fantasy VII Rebirth when they showed us what the Final Fantasy VII characters are actually doing. Yeah, instead of just being like a triangle for a hand. Okay. Great. We have platforms. Look at that. I am going to just take this platform and I'm gonna duplicate it. And just kind of move it over a little bit. And just to give us a little bit of runway here. Ah! I remember that's why we made the butt stomp ability for you to be able to cancel out your momentum whenever you needed to, because it's too much to try and control your momentum when you don't have all that much control. Like we need push to hold for jumping, so you can do short hops, and we need the butt stomp. So that's what we'll get up to next time. Maya's expensive, man, and ZBrush, yeah. The concept of making a video game is cool, but actually trying to make one is really not. Yeah, unless like you have a really deep passion for some part of the development. It's why like AAA studios, like these really big studios like EA and everything, they employ so many people, because people are like, I really love the idea of making a game, but I kind of really only like doing art. So I'm going to get like really good at modeling hair. And then they get hired and they're a part of a team of 6,000 people and everyone is working on the thing that they're passionate about, right? Indie development is a different beast where you need to kind of fall in love with the creation of every single thing, because it's like a team of 1 to 50 people, 50 being a really big project. Usually it's 1 to 5 or 10 at most. So you're wearing a lot of hats. You're touching a lot of different things. Also just released an open source Godot multiplayer project. Oh, you said you were working on that. That's great. Just haven't got to the done parts yet. Well, game development is fun as hell and rewarding. I am very punishing as well. Yeah, absolutely. Imagine working on GTA 6. Oh, man, cool. All right, so like today, what are the things we got done? We got the jumping physics working a lot better. Still needs refinement and improvements, but it's working a lot better. And we got the platforms working, and we talked a lot about AI, as everyone does nowadays, just constantly. That's great. Super cool. So we're going to go ahead and transition over to playing Field of Heroes now. This is a game by our good friend Gameon. And it's like if you took, what would be a cultural reference that the kids would understand nowadays? I feel like high fantasy has fallen out of fashion so heavily. It's like Warcraft, like World of Warcraft, or Blood Bowl, Warhammer, if you're familiar with that, meets Lethal League. Not Lethal League. That's a different game. Rocket League. I know what the kids are up to nowadays. So we're going to be playing a round or so of the playtest of this, passing some feedback along to Gameon, who's working on the next version. I think they're going to have a big playtest over the next week. So very excited and jazzed for them. We'll try and get this up and running here. It's going to be pretty jank on my side until I can get the settings all down. I'm on an ultra-wide monitor, so like it is a little rough on the stream until I can get the right resolution, but we'll get this set up here so you can at least see what we're doing. Not windowed full screen, not full screen, just windowed. Thank you very much. 1920 by 1080. Thank you so much for having options. Love it. Great. Okay. Looks like it's coming through well on the stream. Awesome. AAA developers are motivated by that money. And even more than money, they're motivated by job security and benefits. Doing an indie game is doing a startup, and startups are risky, and if you have kids or really big health problems, you need healthcare, like, yeah, it just might not be an option. I wouldn't be working for a startup right now, honestly, if, like, I had an option in it. It was a job in this economy, and an exciting one, and one that I love being at, and I wouldn't change what happened, but back then, when I was not looking for startup. I would have loved a cushy enterprise job where we had full benefits and everything was working great. It was just nice and slow and calm, and it wasn't that big a deal. So AAA offers a lot of comfort. It was supposed to provide security, but over the past few years, we've obviously seen that they don't really care. Security and they'll lay people off as soon as they want. Okay, great. Let's talk about main menu screen. Pretty dang good main menu. I'm not going to lie. We've got the foreground element here. We got the middle ground of the characters all kind of diving in for the ball. Excuse me. The thing that really sells them as going towards the ball for me is this guy. If this guy weren't here and this arm here, they would mostly kind of feel rather static, especially this gal. Like this Lynx almost feels like it's sitting down. But these two sell that illusion of we're all moving toward it. I love the subtle animations that are happening here, the kind of bone animations on these sprites, getting things moving and morphing. It feels nice and dynamic. The rotation of the head is impressive. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of like spin effects on the ball here. Maybe like some particle effects coming off of it to really sell some of that dynamism. This feels like snow in the background and makes me think the bokeh effects make me think it's a seasonal event, and I'm a weird person. I hate seasonal events. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever my game becomes Christmas, I'm like, oh, there goes my like suspension of disbelief that I was going into a separate world with its own sorts of rules. I get that they're like a big thing and they really drive engagement. I hate them. And since it's like floating up, I don't think that's what this is supposed to be. My guess is it's just an effect. And I think that sort of effect is cool and a good idea, but I would definitely tone it down heavily. Maybe vary up some of the color to maybe make it look like fire sparks a little bit, or ash, just to kind of return back to the kind of conflict mentality, and maybe introduce a bit more horizontalness. Because right now it's just like these strange orbs that are floating up. I don't really understand them. They're very common and they're a little bit visually noisy compared to everything else. Just my 2 cents. Blurred background for the background totally works. You got a skewed perspective to drive a lot of visual interest. I love that. We've got the typographic logo up here in the corner. We've got some kind of options up here like my profile, and I'm guessing friends and achievements. Yeah, and a leaderboard and stats. Yeah, that's exactly what I would expect in there. So well done. I don't know what this this ball kind of feels like a button, and these flags that are flying straight horizontally out of like the sides of these poles feel a little bit weird. But this feels great. I like the nice little sound effect. The cat looks funny. Yes, I agree. This facial animation, it's a little too extreme. I'd dial that back a little. I totally agree. Should lower saturation on characters behind, front too, and even less on background. This would pop. I could see that. Kind of just, once again, drawing the eye very specifically towards a couple of things instead of all of these lines that are, you know, in the fur textures all over the place. Like, there's a lot of kind of visual noise in this texture with these bandages. There's a lot going on, so I think that's a fair statement. Quick match, custom play, practice field, settings, quit. I think that's all great. I don't 100% know the difference between custom play and practice field, but I could see this being like a training mode, and this is like I'm playing a game. Oh, you know what? It's probably multiplayer, but with my own set of rules, and a quick match is using a standard set of rules. So this is where chunking options really helps communicate what it's supposed to be. So if I had quick match and custom play in their own sort of section, and then like a divider, and then we go down to practice field, and then a divider, and then there's settings and quit, then I understand, oh, like custom play relates to quick match. Or if the divider is between quick match and custom play, now custom play and practice field are together, now I understand, oh, okay, this is like for me to, you know, do a full game solo. So spacing and these UI elements can communicate meaning and intent. I like the expanding on it, and the typography works well. It's playful, it's fantasy with these sort of half serifs over here. I like it. I think it's a really good fit. The only thing is it isn't anywhere in your typographic logo, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it does without... If these fonts never get brought in, or I guess it's just one font, but different styles of fonts, if that font never gets brought in anywhere, then it can start to feel unintentional. Okay, I'm gonna go to practice field. Decent loading screen. I think this is how like Total War Warhammer does it. They just have like a big banner underneath, but essentially they just have artwork with like a filter on top of it, and that's kind of what that was. Okay, why is everything so fuzzy? Can I apply and just let that fix everything? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Great. So we move with WASD. We're shooting bows. Right click to dash. That's a cool dash. Wow. That feels really good. So you don't dash in the direction that, like, I could be moving to the left, and then I hit dash. I'm gonna dash to the right. So you dash in the direction of your mouse cursor. That felt a little weird to get used to, but probably will make a lot of sense once I build it into my memory field. Practice field is maybe 50% done. Okay. I'm seeing our kind of character down here. This also feels maybe a little bit halfway done. Like it's missing some shading and just the sort of thing that would kind of make it feel like a part of the world a little bit more. Like this wood is very different from that wood, right? So we've got our dash. We've got left shift for... Whoop. It's definitely the first time I use abilities, it kind of freaks out. So I can make a straight up ballista turret, okay, and spike traps. Jeez, okay. Spawn enemy. Improve your combat skills by doing battle. Oh, okay, get out. Ballista spawns at my location. Okay. Okay, so this is feeling like a lot more MOBA-y than I was expecting. And we can, what, change characters? Maybe? Maybe that's... Oh, there we go. I'm Prowler. Rawr, 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 rawr. I'm big and strong, so I can afford to use daggers. All right, these are on cooldown. The last gal didn't seem to have cooldowns. Okay. So this is a forward just slash in. I want to see what some of these big guys do. Gut horn. I love the scale on some of these. All right. Turn into a werewolf? Okay, I instantly turned out of being a werewolf. So that's a cool combo. I like how that combo feels. But I can also just feels so goofy. It feels like a click should maybe commit me to the attack, but okay, I want to see like how this feels with baddie. Oops, oops, oops. I'd love a health bar over enemies to kind of see, not only to be able to see how much damage that I'm doing, but also, you know, to make reasonable tactical choices. Health bar is missing. Got it. Perfect. All right, I am big troll man. I'm dead. All right, take care, Prodigal. Thanks so much for hanging out. I thought this was a weird fantasy football game. What genre is this? Yeah, I think that's what it is. And I'm just kind of like playing. Whoa! Okay, didn't expect that. I'm kind of playing around in just the practice mode to get my feet underneath myself. We'll jump into a full game here in just a sec. But yeah, here's our football. So I walk into it and I immediately pick it up. Okay. And then I can just kick it. Kick it. Great. What happens if I have my shield up and I kick it? Okay. Still just do it. Great. I'd love, once again, I know you said this is only like halfway done. I'd love feedback on when I hit a target, like ding, yay. Okay. Whoa, super kick? What happens if I do that? Okay, so I have to have the ball in order for that to work. I'd love an in-between state, right? Like this is off cooldown, but you can't use it yet. And then once you get the ball, it becomes enabled. Okay, so this guy is supposed to be like the dude you form your cage around, and he barrels in, just manhandles his way through. Oh, and I can't use the shield when I have the ball. Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay, so that's 13. I want to see how much the werewolf form was going to do. 13 damage per hit on him. Oh, it's going to take so long. What's Gut Horn? Oh, you're like a spellcaster. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Then we've got a centaur, hot dog. I'm always a fan of like non-bipedal entries. Okay, cool. I'm sold. I love the concept. Let's see how a game actually plays out. Create new, play offline, hot dog. Thank you for putting that option in there. I love you. Yeah, all bots, match duration, 5 minutes, sure. Overtime on, overtime duration, sure. We get different types of fields we can go on. Very cool. I almost feel like I should be picking a character at this point, right? Custom lobby works, but it's maybe 60% done. Okay, all right. Your team. Okay, choose your hero. Okay, so we have our forwards, we have our defense. Okay, okay, we got our mid. Well, we gotta do, I mean, we gotta be, like, on the offense, right? Because we're streaming and playing defense is boring. Once again, with the UI up top, like, it looks really cool. It just doesn't quite fit in with the world, and so it looks like it stands apart from it in a kind of unhealthy way. Like, some weathering on there, toning down the saturation. Maybe. Obviously, you need it to stand out, right? Like, you need it to stand out. But, oh my gosh. I think there could be some work to... Thank you. Oh, good job, goalie. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Hey, get out of here. All right, my health is regenning at a healthy clip. Oh, I picked up the ball from my teammate. Didn't mean to do... ouch. Jeez. Here come the ads. Okay, we'll pause. We'll pause. We'll go into ads. Take a break. We'll be right back. Thank you for letting me know about that. They'll be back in about 30 seconds. Okay. We'll leave that ad break question up. It's only 30 seconds. We'll be right back. Leave you with the dulcet tones of menu noises. Very entertaining. All right, so once again, we're playing Field of Heroes, the playtest. If you want to participate in the playtest, I think it's pretty much just open, right? You can just kind of join in. Okay. Do I trust my teammates to get me the ball? Oh my gosh! Oh, I can't dash when I have this. Ah! Woo! Wrecked. Wait, what? Did I just get bonked by a tree? No, no, the ball! I'm having fun. I'm enjoying my time so far. Call, who's... That troll, dude, is scary. 30 seconds is 7 hours in the hyperbolic time. Thanks, Goku. How do they first made a computer or a mother... I know, right? It's astounding, and especially when you kind of learn, like, the scale at which we create nowadays these things, and how we're, like, getting so precise and so tiny in these chips that the kind of fundamental laws of reality are kind of breaking. It's kind of wild. Okay, so we killed the goalie, which I think is going to be my only chance of... Oh no! No, okay, great. Thank you. Oh no, save me, team! Yes, good wall! Good job! Okay, kick the ball. Well, at least I got it off to the other person. Okay. Oh no! That was a bad pass. Get wrecked. Jeez. Oh no, you kicked it to me right as I was about to dive on her. Oh no. I'm having a great time. You know, there could be some more juice, like on the goal and everything. Obviously, Rocket League could be a huge inspiration there. I'm loving the base mechanics. Nektos with the hat tower. Oh my goodness. I'm having a great time. I could totally see getting my brothers in on a game like this, and not being able to do anything while you have the ball is quite painful. I won't lie. Like, it feels like maybe you should be able to do one or two things when you have the ball. Yeah. All right, someone go kill the goalie. Kill the goalie. Kill the goalie. Hey, we got it. Okay, that's a good time for the hat tower. Okay, Nectus, I hope you've been doing well. How have your projects been going? How has life been for you, friend? Thanks so much for chiming in. Is this an online game? It is an online game. I am playing it solo. But I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, Gameon, that's kind of like the intention, right? Is that it's supposed to be like a Rocket League style thing, but high fantasy. I haven't tried the werewolf yet. Jeez, get wrecked. Holy crap. Wow. Wondering how you're pausing? Yeah. leave my teammates alone. You're so fast. Online pickup and play. Stop. You're so fast. Maybe the archer should have a little less speed. Okay. Great. Love it. Pick up the ball. That's gotta be a bug, right? She respawned with the ball. Okay. Yeah. Over here, dude. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. You got it. You got it. Oh, jeez, brutal. That's a bug. It should have detached when they got incapacitated. Sure. Yeah. Okay, I'm having a lot of fun. Like, every now and again on the channel, we experience things that are kind of surprises. This is a surprise for me. Not because I doubt you, Gameon, but because I thought it was kind of a lot earlier than this, and I don't tend to love Rocket League style stuff, but the high fantasy really works for me here, and the characters feel very different. Is there swapping characters allowed in the middle of a game, or are you kind of like committed once you're there? Go get it! I'll take this guy out. I'm gonna go after the goalie. All right, get the ball in there. Get the ball in. Wow, so fast. No! You can swap mid-game, but I do an apparently poor job of messaging that. Okay, just so much that single player is almost sleepwalking. Its order is more fun with at least 5 players. Oh, I'm sure. That was tremendously fun. I love that. I would love to see more factions get involved in the high fantasy sort of sense. You know, like, if this were the Warhammer IP, holy crap, this would be amazing, right? And having that breadth of characters. Now it's your own IP, I believe. So that's pretty good. You have unlimited space with which to do what you want. Let's try, I don't know. Try this guy. It's original IP, yeah, sure. I think I'm probably the only one in the group. But that was a quick match, to his credit. Slogbog. I like the skull in the background. Ooh, 1. We got like a river. Does the river do anything? Oh, it does do something. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like, there's some polished stuff to work out, but the bones are fantastic. Ouch. Yeah! Get wrecked. After you're knocked down, you become invincible from this tip, okay? Hey, get out of my backyard. Get out. Hey, I said get out. I love that we get, like, orcs and greenskins and stuff. Like, I feel like that's just so non-represented nowadays, you know? I've been reading, like, a lot of Sanderson, and it pissed me off for a long time. And it was so hard to get really into Sanderson because people kept on saying he's like the best fantasy author, and there's like very little fantasy in there. Like, there are powers, but there's not really magic. And there's like the Parshendi in the Stormlight Archive, but like that's kind of the only other race. Well, and I guess you get like the Mist race in Mistborn, but like, you know, you get my point that it's very, very minor. It's not, you know, orcs and goblins and what we kind of traditionally code as high fantasy. I love this aesthetic. It makes me feel like I'm almost kind of going back to Warcraft 2, you know? Those sorts of days with these designs. Oof, I don't know what my controllability does. I noticed lots of newer brawler games tend to have much more variety in hero races and a sleeker modern art style. I was going for more of a Heroes of the Storm vibe. Oh man, that's great. And you know what? I can actually pick that up with the variances and the stages and stuff. Gosh. Now you're getting my mind racing of like, what would it be like if there was like objectives, right? Like, oh, you have to go collect all of the skulls, and then you unleash the Bone Titan to fight on your side, right? Just like Heroes of the Storm used to. Gosh, it was such a good game. Did not deserve the fate of that. Get out! Hey, eat along. Oh, I've got to be way more protective about that. Okay. What? What was that ultimate nonsense? There's meta like those wood log rides, but unlike pods, they hardly affect the Mouch. Sure, yeah. And like, I can understand why you would go that route. Working in a competitive game, randomness, kind of frowned on, right? Totally understand why that would be a risky thing to try and embrace if you're hoping to like get an esport sort of crowd. Yeah, get wrecked. But yeah, like I'm having fun. I'm genuinely having a really fun time. I'd be really excited to see more characters get added, more factions. I love the diversity in silhouettes that are here. I love the centaur and the big troll dude, the little wizard, the wolf rider. Like, these are all really cool and exciting things that say something very unique to me. Yeah! So crazy that someone made a computer inside of Minecraft. Yes, totally. Yeah, it's oh, this is where you, okay, so you step back and now I'm a different character. Okay, that's how you do it. Got it. I did notice that like GIF that was playing in the background, but I didn't you know, take the time to really think about it for more than a few seconds. Oh, and it has to recharge. Okay. Interesting. Oh god. Projectiles. It's so hard to aim. Get out of here. Go! Now I have abilities that do things. Whoa! Sick 'em. Do things. Get the stuff. I don't know what my abilities do. Shoot. That ability is crazy, by the way. An AoE suction stun? Bonkers. Last takedown before respawn. Oh, so I have like a lives kind of? I should have some sort of like graphical representation of that, I feel. That's a pretty important thing to be able to track and manage. Switch hero. Now, yeah, okay. I mean, like, if I like understood things, then it wouldn't be all that hard. Hey, get out! Get out! Oh, I'm so bad at projectiles. We're in overtime. Oh no! Okay. Here we go. Get over there. Dragon? Okay, this is a full-on dragon. Yeah! That felt great. That was awesome. I love this. It is kind of geared towards me in a lot of ways. Yeah, and these still shots, you know, they need like work on the lighting, like the faces really harshly cast in shadow and all that sort of stuff. But super cool. The defeat. Oh, I didn't even notice the defeat banner appeared. That's rad. I want a lot more of that. I would love eventually, like, if we take this over to our good old friend, the Octalysis analysis. Let me get this pulled up here. Game analysis, and then we can do Chrome on. Not that one. Figma. Yeah. So, let's see. That is not working yet. Why are you not showing up yet? Aha, there we go. Okay. So if we go to our Octalysis game design framework, it's just a framework. Every mental model is wrong. Some are useful. We use this to just kind of like help us have a shared vocabulary. It's really all it is. It's not the answer to game design. It's just like a way to discuss it. This reminds me of Rematch Omega Strikers, which I never actually played, and an upcoming game called Sparkball, which is 80% this, but with modern art. Yo, I hate modern. Like, yeah. Give me trolls and orcs every day. I'll take that over like generic white dude in a jacket every time. To a degree, Mario Strikers and Mega Man Soccer, sure, but the primary inspiration of all things was a 2D dogfighting game called Altitude with a soccer mode. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit janky, given that it's, you know, obviously like an early playtest, right? So take it with a big grain of salt. I'm just calling the shots as I see them, and at all of our jobs as designers is to say like, okay, this feedback is valid, this feedback is not valid, I know what's happening, blah, 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 right? Okay, great. I record your in-game observations in a jury test. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad that something helpful came out of it. Epic meaning? I mean, you're like trying to like win for your team. There's a bit of an intrinsic tribal mentality in humans that would drive that to be something a little bit better. But, you know, you're not saving the world. You're not Frodo trying to get to Mount Doom or anything. So, like, it's like, you know, over there. Empowerment, I felt pretty darn empowered. I think they're, you know, in a full release, some of the controls could use a little bit of smoothing out. It's hard for me to really describe what that is. I think I'd need to sit down and, like, play it with that specific observation in mind, and then like play reference games and try and pick out where it's feeling a little bit off. I'm thinking mostly in kind of the in-between stages when you're using an ability, like getting into and out of an ability feels slightly off to me, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But like, apart from that, I felt very empowered. Each character felt interesting in kind of their own different ways. Even though I didn't really know what some of the abilities were when I was jumping around a bunch of different characters. But when I kind of understood them, they felt really cool, and it did feel like each different character was kind of fulfilling a different role. I'm actually going to put empowerment fairly high here. In fact, I was surprised that like it seemed like everybody could pass the ball equally well, when I was kind of expecting, you know, some variations in that. Social influence, yeah, you're going to be gathering a team. You know, the more understanding and teamwork you have built up with people, the better you're going to be able to play. So there's definitely incentive for people to say, hey, come get this game. We're going to make a team. It's going to be great. So, you know, I'm gonna mark that fairly high. Unpredictability. Definitely a lot of chaos happening on that battlefield. Tons of stuff happening all at once, with between all the different characters and their different abilities. Like you're not going to be able to track everyone's cooldowns. Maybe a couple of key cooldowns you'll be able to kind of keep in your head. Like, oh, we just used the log, and now I know I can advance on the centaur. Stuff like that. But overall, pretty darn unpredictable. Especially when you start adding in like stage hazards. Avoidance. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely trying not to get knocked down. I love that. Scarcity. You have some scarcity in your lives. You have scarcity in the sense that there's only one ball. You have scarcity in your cooldowns. So I think this is a very healthy kind of middling amount of scarcity. You have infinite respawns, right? So like if you had two respawns and then you're dead for the rest of the game, that would obviously throw up scarcity quite a lot, but it might not be a very good design decision, right? Once again, magnitude on here does not indicate quality. I just want to repeat that over and over again. You do not necessarily want a game that is peak on all of these points, because you can get to a peak on that point through not very good decisions. Ownership. Do I feel like this is my version of the game? I mean, you can kind of like own, like say, hey, I'm a werewolf main. I'm a centaur main. So in that sense, there's a certain amount of ownership. If we wanted to like boost that up, we could have costumes, unlocking hats for them, that sort of a thing. As of right now, I'm going to put it kind of, in the middle lowish side here, because my centaur is essentially going to be the same as everyone else's, but the ownership will come through in like play style and how I drive that character. I don't know how much variance there is going to be in that between people, but I would wager a decent amount. Like I was using the defensive character and sprinting forward and trying to throw the log at the goalie. And I don't think that's how they're supposed to be played. That was probably a very uniquely me thing. It was probably a bad idea. You'll be able to make your own fields and share them too. Yeah, totally. So that would boost up social influence a lot. That would boost up ownership a lot. That would boost up unpredictability a lot. And those would all be fairly healthy ways. That would be really cool. Accomplishment. I felt great. Like getting a goal, especially that last goal, was awesome. And like even just non-goal moments, like smaller moments of seeing someone throw up a wall in front of a bad guy so they can't reach me, or throwing up a wall in front of the ball so it bounced off the wall instead of reaching the person it was passing to, taking down the goalie and saying like, okay, great, like go, the shot is open. Like those were all great moments of accomplishment. So I actually think it's fairly high in that regard. So that kind of gives us this sort of a shape. Go here. Up. And we're going to change this to be purple. I love purple nurples. All right, great. And then we're going to do the same thing over. Nope. We're going to do the same thing over here. Oh, that's right. Gosh, it's been so long since we've done one of these. It goes like this, doesn't it? Do that. And then, all right, this is not working. I'm just going to use the pen tool. It's going to be ugly, but it's going to work. Okay. Can I do like that? No, we're not Photoshop. All right. So these are kind of our dimensions here. I think it's a fairly strong offering. I think you're seeing that probably some of the difficulties are going to be marketing. This is the sort of thing that is going to live and die based on its player base, right? So unless you're planning on adding a very robust single player mode, that's more than just play the multiplayer version but with bots. This is going to live and die on how many people you get to play it. So marketing is going to be huge. Social influence, like that's probably one that needs to get cranked up as high as it can possibly go. Same with ownership. You've got pretty good accomplishment, you got pretty good empowerment. These two things need to get thrown way out. And obviously those are things that come like later in the development cycle, in terms of what gets implemented. Like you want to get the game implemented first before you get like hats implemented. But yeah, there you go. that's where it's at. I mean, you could introduce some epic meaning if it's like, oh, well, it's not just a sport. It is a grueling gauntlet to determine who gets to lead the tribes or something, right? You can kind of throw it up a little bit. Other ways to boost social influence is to run official leagues and competitions. A lot of effort for you, but that would also throw up social influence. It's also where like you can start bringing in points, fun bucks that they can spend in order to buy new characters, new things to outfit their character with. You know, when we start going down that road, I know everyone raises their hackles thinking free to play, but like it doesn't have to be free to play. It can be totally cosmetic. It can be rewards for playing well. Anything that will incentivize people to try and unlock something. That can be done ethically. Guilds would indeed be good. Other testers raise the critical point of where is the replayability. Yeah, I mean, the replayability is going to come from trying to like climb the ladder, right? And so obviously, like you've got a leaderboard. So you need to have that well in place. You need to have like seasons, and then those seasons would need to have rewards in them so that climbing really high in the ladder is worthwhile. And then, you know, getting more and more characters involved so that each match feels very different from other matches, right? You can think, oh man, this match has the golem in it, and okay, that means I'm going to have to change how I play as the centaur. Okay, great. Because yeah, right now the replayability is all coming from multiplayer interactions, amping up the unpredictability and the accomplishment. If you don't have people playing, that goes away. Actually, an unreleased field does have 2 golems in it. Nice. So I'm sure that I'm not saying anything that you haven't already heard or thought of. Like, you are the AAA game dev, I'm the hobbyist, right? I'm sure that you have long considered about all of these things. This is also not meant as a critique, just as an evaluation, so that we can all kind of learn how to discuss these sorts of things together and to grow from them. So cool. Gayon, this was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this with us and allowing us the opportunity to check this out. Some hobbyists can smoke some AAA devs in certain skill sets. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, being a AAA dev is the same as any other job. You can get a job in that field if you're really good at interviewing. Your skill set really doesn't matter. People don't hire you for your skill set. They hire you because you interviewed well. It's the sad story. Thanks very much for the critique. You're very welcome. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. This is on my short list of things I want to be keeping a close eye on, and I can't wait to see it continue to develop. I'm definitely going to be jumping on during the next big playtest. Yeah, I'm excited. This is rad. Cool. All right. That's going to be it for me tonight. Gameon, I don't know if there's anything else you would like us to approach or discuss or any questions you have, but that's going to be it for me tonight. Feel free to message me on Discord or just show up another time and we can chat. And I'm going to go to bed because I got a big work day tomorrow. So thanks so much for hanging out, everyone. Thank you, Gameon, once again for letting us show this off. That was so much fun. And thank you, everyone, for hanging out on both Twitch and YouTube. So fun to have everyone around and chat through game dev, build some things, look at some things. It's been a great time. Thank you to all of you for hanging out. And with that, I'll go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next week. Don't forget to jump into the Discord and hang out with everyone. Share your work on your projects. There's all sorts of cool things that are getting posted all the time. And we'll catch you next time. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week because you deserve it.